Wait a minute, guys. Need to do something before I forget, because I've talked about this. Needs to be moved closer to the side glass. Okay. Well now, welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. Today we're gonna continue this project. I'm gonna introduce the plants into it and we're gonna fill it up and start the tank. And just as we started with the hardscape, I wanted to build an Iwagumi. I couldn't. Then I had no idea what to do and I had to, well, just improvise with the build. And we have the same situation with the plants, because I have planned everything and then we couldn't get the plants I wanted from any of the nurseries. It's COVID situation, we don't have everything we want. So improvisation part 2 begins now. Stay tuned. I've moved the right side hardscape part closer to the glass and a bit more to the back side, so I have more reflection. But I didn't want to lose this line we've had from the start, so I needed to adjust the middle part for that as well. Okay, I'm actually happy with all this. We're gonna start by filling it with sand. I've decided to go with sand only. And the reason behind it is I'm not convinced that the hardscape is finished already. So by introducing just a thin layer of sand, later on I'm going to be able to still move the hardscape pieces. I think that's a takeaway from this video as well, that when you make a competition tank, you can't do it in one take. I'm going to use the ADA Colorado sand because it has a warmer tone. The rocks themselves are a bit colder, bluish tint. And also I'm planning on using some plants inside the sand with small pieces of dragonstone, which matches the color of the Colorado, so they won't stick out so much. I just want to achieve a very thin layer throughout the whole scape. I don't want any elevation in the back. I don't want to cover too much of the base rocks because they're quite nice. We gotta work with what we have, and that's Hygrophila pinnatifida. I'm planning on using this attached to the rocks. We have lots of weeping moss, which I think we're not gonna use all of them. I plan to cover the top part of the rocks. We have Marsilea CRENATA, which goes into the sand, but not as a carpet, just as small batches around the rocks. Then we have a lot of Bucephalandra mini needle leaf that also goes onto the rocks. I have some regular Fissidens fontanus also for the rocks, and I have Fissidens mini, which is new to us from GrowCap, and I'm going to use this on the back side of the rocks and on the rocks in the back, so the smaller type of the same plant gives you depth just as with the smaller rocks. Then we have a lot of Riccardia saved from the same tank from the previous setup. We have some ANUBIAS Nana Bonsai, which we're gonna attach to small pieces of dragonstone and lay them out in the sand. As most of you know, there is 2 types of jelly in the past few years. There's the liquid one. For example, the Hygrophila pinnatifida comes in the liquid. That's quite easy to clean because you just open it and basically that's it. I'm used to rinse it as well, but it's not definitely needed. The other one, the old type, the feared type we all hate, is the hard jelly. Some plants can only be nurtured in this. For example, the Bucephalandra types. It doesn't come out. You actually need to work for it. You always have to make sure that you don't have any gel left on the plant, because underwater it can cause some issues. It can kill the plant, it can cause algae. I've prepared most of the plants. The rest is at the back with Ozzy. He is making all the small gluing to the dragon stones with the bonsais. I'm gonna start planting the Marsilea in the sand. Before that, usual process, we're gonna spray the soil, or sand in this case. I'm gonna use bigger batches of the plant. As I've mentioned before, I don't want it to act as a carpet. Yeah, I've seen that. The sand layer I put down turned out to be quite thin. It's not the easiest to put the plants in, but I just push them down by hand, and later on, before finishing up, I'm gonna pour some more sand on all of these plant patches just to make sure they won't float up. Obviously, it's not gonna look too nice from day one, but in 3 or 4 days, the plant is gonna grow through that sand layer. Right now, from the beginning, I'm trying to use that reflection we've talked so much about. So I'm putting plants in places that you can't really see from the front, but you're gonna see them in the reflection itself. We don't usually recommend planting any plants into sand instead of soil, but there are some species like Marsilea that work quite well in the sand as well. Marsilea works quite well in shadowy areas also, so it's not an issue if I put it where the light doesn't hit it directly. I'm not sure if you can tell this from the video, but I still have no clue what I'm doing. What I'm sure of is I want to cover most of these top surfaces with weeping moss. These surfaces that have texture to the front, these stay free of moss, so I'm only going to put it in the back side. So I'm finished with the first one, and oh, Ozzy is here. So he's done with the ANUBIAS, thank you. I want to hide this. It's a very flat crack, it's not too natural. I'm going to use Riccardia to cover all the glue bits. I'm starting to like it this way a lot. I'm not sure if I want to destroy all of this with all the leafed plants. I think I'm going to stick with the mini Bucephalandra. I'm going to still use these, and I'm going to still use the ANUBIAS, but that's it. The Pinnacle feeder needs to go. I'm quite satisfied with how it looks from the front. I need to go start working on the reflections. So all these parts of the rocks needs planting as well, which we usually don't really care about. About this line, we see the full reflection of the backside of the hardscape. So we need planting just as nice as from the front. I'm not sure if these are small enough for the scape now. It's way too big. Poor Ozzy. He's done all this work tying these to the rocks. And yeah, I'm not gonna use them. Sorry. And that's it. It's gonna stay minimal. Usually I forget things, but now I didn't forget. I need to cover all the Marsilea with some fresh sand so it doesn't float up. Well, shit happens, even to us. This was quite unexpected and I'm not really sure how to go forward from this. I see three viable options. First, try to glue back everything again and hope that the rock itself won't fall apart. Oh, just to be clear, it wasn't a gluing issue. Here's the edge of the glue and here's the clear surface of the rock. So it's not the glue that gave up, but just one slice, one layer of the rock just detached. We had the same issue when we were actually bringing it inside the aquarium from gluing in the backyard. A lot of beeps.
I just jumped in to tell you one good news about this whole thing. I didn't do it. That's my contribution to this video.
Option 2, build something completely different. I would give a huge percentage for that option. And option 3, let's throw a turtle in there. Those rocks are perfect for them to climb out. They won't need any more water than this, so no clue. Let's see in a few weeks. Bye. Oh, please, if you like this catastrophe, then please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button and bell button and everything else, and join our membership program so I can afford new plants for rebuilding this. And yeah, again, goodbye.